What are 10 things first-timers must do when visiting San Diego? Find out next on Jaycation. Hey, what's up, Jaycationers? Welcome back to another video here in the San Diego series. So today we're gonna do a little video about San Diego for beginners. 10 things first-timers must do when visiting San Diego. When I'm out traveling the world and I tell people that I'm from San Diego, if they've ever been there, they usually come up with their top experiences and memorable things that they've seen, whether it's La Jolla or trying out the Mexican food. So that's how I kind of compiled this list, remembering what my friends and people from out of town remember San Diego for, because that's what you want to do. You want to remember a place, especially if you've only been here once before. So hopefully this list will help you out. We're here in Pacific Beach. It is a May grade day. I wish it was a little more sunny, but it's not. But the first thing on the list would be to touch the sand. Get to the beach, soak in the sunset, put your feet in the water, grab the sand and catch some rays, because you're out here in Southern California and this, I don't have slippers on right now, so I don't want the waves touching me, but you're gonna wanna check it out. I remember the first time two of my closest college friends from Walt Disney World college program came out here. Shout out to Brian, shout out to Jason. First time I took them out here, they looked out into the Pacific Ocean, never been. They're from the East Coast. I just remember how memorable that was for them. And a decade later, I'm having talks with them on the phone and they're telling me, I remember how beautiful seeing the Pacific Ocean was for the first time. And I'm sure many of you will appreciate looking out at an ocean you've never seen before, especially if you've never been out to the West Coast. And obviously you're gonna wanna take in the sunsets over here while in San Diego, and you can capture it from many places around town, whether it's La Jolla, Encinitas, Sunset Cliffs. Next on the list for first-timers visiting San Diego would be to visit the historic Old Town San Diego and learn about the history about California. Check out what I call the tourist Mexican food restaurants. They're mainly sit-down restaurants over there. It's a little more pricey, but places like Cafe Coyote have awesome views and patios. Casa Guadalajara is right next to Bazaar del Mundo, where there are a lot of amazing art. Learn more about how San Diego got started. You can visit the Whaley House. My favorite over there is Miguel's Cocina. You can get their white mystery sauce with your chips and then get the flautas during happy hour. I actually had that in my happy hour video. And you can see the old Cosmopolitan Hotel. You got Casa de Reyes. So Old Town has a lot to offer. And if you're a tourist, come in here and you're staying in a place like downtown, you can take the Old Town trolley tours over to Old Town and spend a day over there. San Diego is world-renowned for their craft brewery scene. Here in Pacific Beach, you can check out places like Water Bar and PB Shore Club and PB Ale House. They all have local craft beers and serve local craft beers. And there are a ton of different bars around here that you can check out by the beach. There are a ton of breweries over in the Miramar area, over in Vista. They're scattered around town, like in places like North Park and Little Italy. You can go to Bergen. You can go to Stone. It's a big hazy IPA town. So if you want to try an amazing hazy IPA, check whatever they have out in Bergen or Harlan Brewing. Also, to piggyback off of checking out the craft beer scene here in San Diego, you're also going to want to check out the happy hours we have to offer. San Diego is a huge happy hour town, and they even have a website that focuses on all the updated happy hours around San Diego. So if you want to check that out, I'll link it down below. If you guys could do me a little favor and hit that like button, it really helps distribute this video throughout YouTube. And if you want to see more content around San Diego, I have a complete San Diego series. Check it out down below and consider subscribing. Now back to the top things you must do on your first time here in San Diego. The next thing first timers must check out is the San Diego Bay. Most likely going to be staying there either for a convention or for your vacation. So you're definitely going to have access to San Diego Bay and the Embarcadero, and there are tons and plenty to do there. I've done many videos around that area. The most recent are the best hotels off of San Diego Bayfront. You can check that out after this is done. But they also have places like Seaport Village, the headquarters, the USS Midway, the Maritime Museum. You can also do a bunch of water activities and check out whale watching, have a sunset sailing cruise, or take the ferry over to Coronado. And it's one of the most picturesque scenes in all of San Diego. They also have the Rady Shell at Jacobs Park, where I'm gonna be attending the Olivia Rodrigo concert on Wednesday. This is being filmed 2 days before it. It's one of the nicest venues in all of San Diego. It's outdoors, right next to the water. Before it was Rady Shell, it was a stage, and I went there back in 2016 and had a surprise Jason Derulo concert around there, of all people. This was for the MLB All-Star Game, and I just remember how nice that area was. Check out all the restaurants like Sally's, Top of the Hyatt. You've seen them all on Jaycation before. The next place you're gonna wanna visit is Coronado Island. Now you're gonna do some research and be like, whoa, Coronado isn't actually an island. It's basically a peninsula. Well, back in the day, maybe like in the 1800s, before all the sediments started picking up, it used to be an island, but now it's connected via the Silver Strand and Imperial Beach, so you could take the long way to Coronado and not use the Coronado Bridge. In the 1920s, they said that naming it Coronado Island would attract more tourists. That's why we have a bunch of fake islands in San Diego, like Harbor Island and Shelter Island. If you see these names, they're definitely not islands. Over in Coronado, obviously you're gonna have the famous Hotel del Coronado. You've seen it on Jaycation before. They have one of the nicest white sand beaches in San Diego, and over in the Hotel del Coronado they have an awesome pool and a great outdoor area with events during Christmas time. They even have the ice skating rink over there. It's just one of the nicest, most touristy parts of San Diego. Also on the other side, you can experience great views of the San Diego Bay and skyline and visit places like POE's and Village Pizzeria. On your first trip to San Diego, definitely hop that $7 ferry each way from the Embarcadero over to Coronado Island and spend a day cruising around there. You might want to rent a bike or some sort of wheels to get around too. Next on the list is visiting one of our many theme parks in San Diego. Definitely recommend, if it's your first time, going to the world famous San Diego Zoo, and that combined with Safari Park make the world's largest zoo. What people don't know is that the Safari Park is about 35 minutes away of a drive all the way in Escondido, so they're two separate parks. I do recommend the San Diego Zoo because you can also parlay that with Balboa Park, and we also have SeaWorld, we have Legoland up in Carlsbad, Sesame Place just opened up for kids down in Otay, so there are many theme parks in San Diego. So I would definitely say do the San Diego Zoo and Balboa Park in one day. So the next thing to do is one of the top things that have been surveyed amongst people who have visited San Diego maybe only once or twice in their lifetime, and that is visiting La Jolla. La Jolla is down in the distance over this way. We're in Pacific Beach. You also got Bird Rock, then you hit the La Jolla area, and La Jolla is amazing. You have La Jolla Cove, which is the main tourist area where you can see the seals, all the seagulls, all the cool caves, do some kayaking, check out some tiger sharks if you're into that in the water. Prospect Street is where all the shopping and fine dining and views of La Jolla Cove are. You can also go to La Jolla Shores, check out the Scripps Pier, go down towards Black's Beach, even though that's already Torrey Pines. You also have UCSD, which is one of the most prestigious schools in all of California. Also go to University Town Center, Westfield UTC, which is my favorite mall in San Diego. And a lot of people always say their most memorable thing about San Diego was visiting La Jolla Cove and taking in the sunset. So on your next visit here, you definitely got to check out La Jolla Cove. Now let's talk about must-try foods. When you're here in San Diego, you're gonna want to try out fish tacos. I'm telling you, fish tacos all over town are amazing. Whether you're up in Del Mar Heights and you're trying out Sea Surf Fish Company, or you're over in Ocean Beach checking out South Beach Bar and Grill for their tacos overlooking the OB Pier, or you're over at Blue Water Grill or at the ballpark trying out Blue Water Grill. There's so many choices here. You also have the original Rubio's here in San Diego that you can try fish tacos. I even have a top 5 fish tacos video which you can check out, but definitely you're also going to want to try out Mitch's Seafood in Point Loma. There's just so many So make sure you dine at a place that serves fish tacos. And some of these happy hour places have fish tacos on their menu. Different types, mahi-mahi, beer battered fish, rockfish, you name it, they have it. So make sure you check out San Diego's world famous fish tacos. Like I said, you can find fish tacos all over town, and over here in Pacific Beach they do have one of the best, and that is Oscar's Mexican Seafood right here next to the duck dive. I'm telling you, their fish tacos are amazing, and you'd also want to try their ceviche. The next thing you must do on your first trip to San Diego is head over to the United States' biggest Little Italy, and yes, it is here in San Diego. So check out Little Italy in downtown San Diego. It's right next to the Embarcadero in the county admin building. There are a ton of restaurants and bars, and I think that's the best place for nightlife and the safest place for nightlife. And there is a trolley stop there as well, so if you're trying to get there without driving, you got the trolley, you can Uber and you can Lyft from your hotels around downtown San Diego. But Little Italy, I'm telling you, you're gonna wanna check out Morning Glory for their souffle pancakes. Head over to Ironside for their happy hour, their oysters. You also got Virgin Beer Company over there. I love Little Italy. It's a great spot, and there are just a ton of other places you can check out, like Filippi's, and one of my favorite New York style pizzas, Landini's. We're here at Square Pizza Company in Pacific Beach, and I'm trying this out for another video, so stay tuned for best deep dish pizza in San Diego. Although we're in Pacific Beach, Filippi's Pizza Grotto is all over San Diego, and they do have a location in Little Italy, so you might want to try out their Italian food. It's one of the classic spots in all of San Diego. The next thing to do is a must, and it's not just for first timers, but it's for the many timers and the people that live here, and that is trying out the Mexican food, especially the California burrito. The California burrito is San Diego's treasure. I have a video on it with over 100,000 views, and it's been debated to the ground in the comment section, which is the best California burrito here in San Diego. So check that out if you want to see my take on California burritos. But there are plenty. Here in San Diego, there are a ton of Mexican food restaurants and taco shops. The ones that end with Bertos, like I grew up next to Alberto's, but there's an Adalberto's, Roberto's, Rigoberto's, so many of them. They all make amazing California burritos. We do have Santana's right here at the edge of Pacific Beach, and Santana's actually was a really popular place to get California burritos when it blew up in the early 2000s, late 90s. So I went to Santana's when there were a lot more locations around. I think Santana's eventually got sold, and there are other locations that are now called MXN, but this is still Santana's. So you might want to check out Santana's, get the California burrito. Now, if you don't know what a California burrito has, it's usually carne asada, French fries, sometimes there's guacamole and cheese. Thank me later. Watch my California burrito video. That's a must because it's so San Diego. And the story was that surfers over in Tourmaline Beach and around this area, they used to come in from the beach from a long day of surfing and want to load up on carbs and proteins, and carne asada burritos wouldn't just do it for them. So they started requesting putting fries in the burrito, and that's what it became, the California burrito. So you can attribute the California burrito coming alive to the San Diego surfers who were starving after a long day catching waves. Looking for some of the best places to stay in San Diego on your next trip? Well, I just did a video on the best bayfront hotels on San Diego Bay right up here. Check it out after this one. And in the words of Jaycation, stay traveling, San Diego.